So lay down your burdens, lay down your shame.
Can we do this later?
Yeah. Would you be willing to do it later?
I'd like to do this.
I don't mind. No, I don't mind there being activity. It's good to show what you're doing. I'm okay with that. I don't need you to stop and do a lot. So you got both of them done?
Okay, here's the other thing. I have a book that expires in 3 days. So I'm trying to
You're trying to get through that.
get through it. Let's see. I'm on part 4 of 8.
Yes. Okay. I wouldn't mind showing some piano playing too.
Okay.
And I'm
What
okay
time
waiting.
is it?
I'm okay waiting.
What time is it?
5:30.
Probably should make some dinner too. There isn't much in the refrigerator.
Quinn's home at 7.
7.
What should we do for dinner?
Well, it's nice to have a soup or a casserole or something, that lasts for a couple of days. I'll go and look here in a sec.
Yeah. That sounds good. I spent some time on the website just now, Karen.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I thought it a well done website.
Yeah, it seems professional. Seems like
It seems like, I mean, the newsletter's been going on since 2010.
Oh,
Back copies of
do
the
they have
news.
back copies of
Yeah, printed up there. I was surprised at that. I didn't read them. But there's also support group meeting
Calendar.
recordings and
Yeah,
wellness.
we should just fly to
there's-
London for that.
Hmm?
Huh?
Yeah. Or you could, there's regional ones around.
Oh, are there? I don't know where, support group is probably for caregivers.
I don't know. There's more to be explored there on the website. I didn't go through all of it. I was impressed that you read the stages of progression.
Well, that seemed to be the main
But it was
message of the,
they
wasn't it?
yeah, but it was, the discussion about it said this is kind of sensitive.
Mhm. Yeah, and I liked how they handled it. They, but it's not the same for everybody, and it, it's hard to talk about, and anyway.
The thing that you learned that I was going to record is that you learned that
Your brain stops supporting your eyesight at some point.
yeah, well, that you go blind was one of the things that you came away new insights about. That basically that's one of the major developments of the PCA. I think we're seeing some progression in symptoms since May.
Good.
Not big changes.
No, not big changes, and it's probably a lot can be looked at as, we're just more aware of watching for stuff and what to watch for.
I'm not seeing major changes. Like I was noticing a lot more in January and February, but I'm not seeing major changes in capabilities. I think Kari's
The thing
feeling
that
it more.
stands out is the piano, because I can tell
The songs are having to become more
the
simple.
beat. Yeah, that's kind of a defined. I knew what songs I could play, and that ones now I don't see properly to play.
Yeah. I mean, one of the problems is that she used to be able to combine, a melody clef, treble clef melody line with, bass clef and treble clef for accompaniment and kind of put those together. Not able to do that combination of those three clefs into a single song anymore.
Not without, careful thought. And
I think that I saw last week, she's doing some small squares, and we had 3 blocks like this of 4 pieces each, and she actually needed 2 blocks of 6 pieces, and it was difficult for her to hold the math in her head to needed to divide one of these in half and combine it with the other 2. So there was a bit of
and something you probably don't know about, like I'm pretty sure you don't know about. There are some days when I go to put a blouse on, and it takes me about 3 tries to get it
is that right?
the right side.
So it's starting to
Well,
shrink.
I don't know if that's, often I'm changing really early in the morning to get Gwen to seminary, and so,
Yes.
it might be sleep
Sleep related.
related. But yeah.
I mean, you get the blouse on backwards, is that what's going on?
Yeah, I put it, was something I tried.
You button things wrong? Not.
Well, there have been a couple occasions when I have a pair of pajamas that was buttoned wrong. But who knows,
Who knows what that's related to?
could just be not paying attention, or it could be, something, a concern.
I guess from that PCA, from the website, the stages didn't.
I think they are talking more later stages, don't you? No?
Even stage 1 I think was normal, right? And stage 2 was early.
It's been
A
several
week.
weeks now, so
Yeah, it's been a week for you.
more than a week.
No, it was last Sunday. Was when you told me about it. There's a little bit of time.
Yeah, that changes. Okay, these are ready to go on.
But it is definitely visual processing.
Yeah, it's noticeable. I had a lady in ward choir that
Suggested she needed to take better notes on.
anyway, I don't know that we need to go through the specifics, but it was obvious in ward choir that I could not look at
Track the measures.
the markings that were on the music for breaths and pauses and such. I can't look at those and the notes at the same time.
At the same time.
And that was a new learning for me, that if I were to try it again, I could, write them above the note.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of this is learning, coping.
We've been having.
I've noticed a lot more anxiety too, and we knew this was going to be an issue, that people with any kind of dementia, they know that they're not getting it right.
Yeah.
And it causes, and for me, it's,
Worry.
I've been so good of being able to organize things, and now the fact that I can't organize gives me anxiety because things aren't organized.
Yeah. There's been a little bit of physical issues, and had a problem with her.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm
That's
smoking.
fine. With her foot, that we weren't sure what that was attributable to. We don't hope that there's not some physical manifestations of things showing up. Good.
How's that gonna work?
It should work
Is that
out.
right?
Yeah, I think that's right.
I line it up with the line
I mean,
here.
you've got enough that you could go one more if you want to.
Go one more?
You could.
But then, one more? What do you
Yeah, I
mean?
just want you could line it up on the this square going farther, but you don't need to.
No, I don't.
Okay.
And the t-shirt stuff I can always stretch a little bit if I need to get it to.
Yep.
So that means pretty well.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Can you grab
Or
my-
seam ribbon.
Yeah.
I am noticing Kari putting on her glasses more frequently.
You know, I'm wondering if I don't need to go off a prescription.
Prescription.
I didn't go into the eye doctor this year. I still could.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because last time I went to the eye doctor, they were still. we hadn't had the results of the tests, and so they were still trying to
Often.
correct.
Often people with PCA start with eye doctors a lot because they know something's not right with their eyes.
But everything an eye doctor and an ophthalmologist can do is, correction.
And this is brain
This
processing.
is brain processing. It's not
Yeah.
eye. But to your point about the glasses too,
I noticed.
aging, your eyes go.
I noticed last week that Kari was cutting these small pieces, and she would go to try to count the ones to know that she had the right number, and she'd have pieces laying right in front of her and would not think to put those into the pile and start to.
Well,
Count those too.
This has been particularly difficult in that I had to move all of these strips to a clean surface, to a white surface. If I tried to lay it on the quilt,
You can't see.
I can't.
It
I
gets,
can't.
it gets
Too
lost.
much, and because this is so busy.
So busy. Yeah, yeah. So
And
you have to
I don't
have
know
it.
if that's
No, I could believe
the
that.
dementia or just the
Have to have it in more simplified.
yeah. Okay, so this one we're working on is Krista's. We did one for Alex earlier.
Yep.
Krista's didn't have as many. Oh, I kind of wish I'd stretched that just a little bit. Yeah.
No,
So we're
it's
gonna sew
okay.
this on the top, aren't we?
Yeah, because you'll be close there on the seam allowance.
Krista didn't have as many t-shirts, so we kind of we've kind of had to improvise a little bit, and it's a smaller. What am I going to do about that?
Well, see, that's going to be basically your seam allowance,
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
right?
Kip assigned the word seam allowance and what it means.
I'm that proficient at this problem. Yeah. I am learning a bit.
Yeah, he is getting some skills, but he never thought
No, it's good. It's all good. I didn't know it would be interesting.
No, it's a problem to solve, and you've always liked to, what do I do? No, that's all inside the quilt anyway,
Yeah,
so
it's
we
all
don't
inside the
care.
quilt,
I
so it
am
doesn't
going to pin
matter.
it down, so
Yeah,
I wish that had turned out just a little different, but oh well.
I don't think it'll.
Yeah. So this will just be a little black quilt for her.
But it's challenging. This is
And
not.
that's probably what I need, is to keep challenging myself.
Yep, I think that's true.
So we did go to the doctor today. You mentioned that.
Yeah,
And we're still trying to figure out the burning tongue thing.
she had a thought on Sunday this week that she has a bridge that's 30 years old,
That's more than that, isn't it?
34 years old.
Yeah.
That's a metal bridge. That people talked to us recently about metal in the mouth causing problems. So we thought maybe we'd go to an oral surgeon and see what an oral surgeon might say about this.
Well,
growing
that's
space.
that's the specialty that
It has the
deals
nerves,
with this,
the tongue,
right.
and such.
just, if there's nothing they can do about it, that
But
would
she
be,
noticed-
that would be nice to know.
Noticed
But
on-
it has been getting worse
Maybe going down your throat a little bit.
well, so I notice it when I eat spicy foods, and I've had to change my toothpaste because I have to go to a sensitive one, and even that, my tongue, after I brush my teeth, it's kind of.
You still feel
And
it.
I don't chew gum anymore. There's just.
Yeah.
And just one, might as well talk to the.
What?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, the oral surgeon.
Yep.
Because maybe nobody else has known any suggestions at all. So, but maybe he has some insight into relieving that a little bit. Not that it's a big deal.
Yep.
Did we talk about my foot?
Well, she had
We don't know
a
that that's
cramp in the
related.
foot. We don't know if it's related, but hope that there's not some physical evidence of something showing up with kind of a sore foot for like 2 weeks. That was
Yeah, it was pretty bad. There was a week, 10 days when I couldn't walk on it without
we
pain.
wondered if we went to the doctor and he, listening to us, he said, I hope this isn't a blood clot. So he had ordered a scan, but it didn't end up being that, which is good. So we don't know. It's kind of strange because it wasn't really that you had a cramp or something.
No, well, it did start in the arch of my foot, which is where, cramps tend to happen, but no, it was, and then it moved to the heel, and I wrapped my foot for a week or so because it felt better. I don't know, we're going to a lot of doctors and discussing this like old people, and we're not quite that old yet.
No. No.
All right, I'm thinking white. A nice little strip of white,
Yep.
and then the
The
yellow
yellow
over
from
the
the backside.
for the binding.
For the binding.
What do you think?
Yeah. Do you just use the backside binding, or do you want to put a different piece?
I think I'd probably do a different piece because I can do a better job with it.
Do you want to use
There might be enough to use the other.
so the same color?
Well,
You could do that.
we could, oh, we don't know exactly how big this is yet.
No.
Let's wait till I get it all sewn, and then we can lay out and see.
Yep.
Two,
Yeah.
should I do,
These are 2 inches, right?
well, we
cut
could
it
cut
to-
them 2.5.
Yes, you
But
can
what
cut
do we
that.
want finished?
Do it 2.5.
So it's the same?
I don't know. Do 3 inches?
No, I was actually thinking smaller,
1 inch?
so there's a ruler somewhere here. So that's 2.5 finished. But then, you know, the binding comes up on over 1 inch finished, like on Alex.
Yeah, it's 1
That
inch.
was a 2, wasn't it a 2 inch?
No, that
That was
is,
finished, yeah, right there.
that's 1, that was 1.5, finished to 1. This is the other quilt we finished 3 or 4 weeks ago.
It's a little heavier, more of a winter quilt with Alex's high school stuff on. And Mission.
Yeah.
I think I kind of want to do the thinner one.
1 inch.
So cut 2 inch strips.
Well, that'd make it 1.5 inches.
What's your opinion?
Yeah, I think that'd be fine. And then do what on the binding? Same 1 inch on the binding sort of thing?
Well, I'm going to do the binding right. This one was not done. I goofed on the top
Yeah.
of that. What did we do these?
That's about 1 inch.
Did these end up
2 inches.
they're 1.5.
1.5.
That would give some symmetry to it, wouldn't it? We finished at 1.5. Okay, what am I cutting on then?
So, well, these were cut at 2.5. They finished to. So we
Because
must
we
have.
sewed both sides of it,
Wow,
which
but-
were not.
Yeah. No, you're right. So do. Do 2 inches. You'll end up at. You'll end up at 1.5 inches if you do 2 inches, and your seam allowance is 1/4 inch. Well, it's only one side. Yeah.
Only one side. I don't think we need these anymore.
But you'll sew over the top of that, right? So yeah, do 2 inches.
Okay.
And it'll be about 1.5.
These need to be ironed.
Okay?
Okay.
Think we'll stop videoing?
Okay.
Perfect. We should
Go.
love this anyway.
Yeah, right. Time to go make some dinner too.
Yep. Okay.
So lay down your burden.